Welcome back, December 15th. We're halfway through December, about, there's 31 days, I think. So we're right on the end of that.
Jamie, Corey, great. Come help me move some papers from Sheriff Wells's office. A lot of papers and some other stuff, too. Come on, guys, let's get moving.
Sheriff Wells' office? I thought we, aren't we not allowed to enter his office?
You don't need to go inside. Just wait in the hall. I'll take it all out and you can help get it downstairs. I'll get some twine or something to tie up the stacks of folders.
Sheriff Reed here?
Yeah, we're waiting for her. She asked me and Jamie to come help with her. Hey, what's that? Mold?
That? Oh yeah, that's black mold.
Yeah, I can see it's black. Has it been there for long?
You just noticing that? Then you better not look at the ceiling in the dining hall. Well, it's all rotten, from one end to the other. I always think the thing is gonna fall on me, like it's a race. Can I finish my sandwich before the ceiling finishes me?
Oh man. Yeah, can mold cause coughing? It's bad for your health, right? Some kind of toxin or something?
What? Hardly.
Oh man. Feels like I've been breathing in garbage. When was the last time we had repairs?
Repair? Are you kidding? This place has been falling apart for 40 years.
How old is this building? 80 years?
122.
That old? Are you sure?
You ever read the sign at the entrance?
You think I'm the kind of person who reads dumb signs?
Well, it's been right in front of your nose every morning for how long you worked here? 11 years?
Going on 13.
13 years? And you never looked at the sign? 13 years and you never noticed the black mold on the ceiling. And I heard from your wife that for 13 years you haven't,
Look, you want me to look at mold all these years? I don't even think it was there before.
It used to be white mold. Now it's black. These are different types of fungus. When the temperature...
Yeah, what's the fucking difference? Black or white? I've never seen white mold before, or black mold. And the floor didn't used to creak. Maybe we have termites. I do not want to fall through the floor one day.
Hey, you got a cigarette? Got a light?
A light? Sheriff Reed isn't going to be happy about smoking in the station.
Sheriff Reed doesn't have to know everything, right? It's me. Yeah, already done. She agreed. Very. No, that won't be necessary. No, let Marino bring me everything in writing, then I'll do it myself. Yes. Excellent.
Well, I'm glad that we get to hear the important conversations in this game. Man, the black mold. It's the most important thing about this entire game. Right there. Kurosawa didn't come to the work today. Well, there is black mold, so can you really blame the guy? Don't think so. What else is new? Can you tell me a joke or something, Lecheska? I mean, it's the same thing. At least you could change it up, literally, just say anything else. Oh, Titus, come on, I thought we fixed you. Albert, there's a conference today in Garensburg called Germans, Friends, or Enemy. I paid 50 tickets. Sure. I feel like I've given him 100 chances. Look at Brady. Everyone should be a Brady. Look at those amazing uniforms. Now, he doesn't go on missions, but still. I mean, those are amazing uniforms. You want to know exactly why he doesn't go on those missions? Because they didn't want to design all those character models. Yeah, I bet you didn't think about that. All right. All right. Did we read all this? No, we didn't. A broken baseball bat was found on the floor of the store. The sales clerk claims that it was not there before. Arif Kel, alcoholic. I go to the store every day. Cirrhosis be damned. I mean, and this is an outrage. Every single bottle was destroyed, and why? Who could have the heart? Lord, there are such psychos in this world. By the way, I met one of them the other day. I picked myself up a nice whiskey and was just about to leave when a huge female flew into the store, more man than woman. She began to preaching a sermon, okay, about the insatiable demon alcohol. She needs to check herself into a hospital if she's seeing demons even while she's sober. Bottles. All the bottles in the store were methodically broken except for one. An Etanger Armagnac remained on the counter near the cash register. Cash register. Criminal didn't touch cash register although it contained over $3,000. Wow, that's a lot of money for a cash register. It was a perfectly normal day until a psycho drove right through the shop window. As the car flew in, I immediately fell to the floor and never got up. I heard a slam of the door. Someone started smashing all the bottles. It seemed like it lasted forever. The psycho didn't quit until he broke every last one we had, and then I noticed that something was pouring on me. At first, I thought the bastard was pissing on me. At first, I thought that was on me, but then I smelled alcohol and realized that he was just pouring a bottle on me. What the And then this psycho with a high voice tried to read me on some lecture on sobriety, the measure of all things. What an I haven't had a drink in 4 days. Okay, a high voice. I don't know. So we're gonna go with the female. Most likely. Alright. What is this other one? The body of an elderly Alan Cross has disappeared from the morgue. His funeral has been cancelled and the family of the deceased man is horrified. Alright. Fraudster and troublemaker. Okay. Door. The morgue door shows no signs of forced entry, but it was unlocked when the pathologist came to work. Okay, so he probably had a key. A gurney was found near the entrance of the morgue. A tag with the name Alan Cross was still on it. That's the guy who was taken. Plasticine. An open bundle of plasticine was discovered in an urn near the morgue entrance, still almost full. Manuel Miles, pathologist. Alan Cross's body was nothing but trouble. First, one lady came in all angry that we couldn't give her the body of her lover, but how could I give it to her if she didn't have any paperwork? She yelled at me for an hour. I was so nervous that I couldn't find my keys. It turned out that they fell under the table. The next day, another lady came in with forged documents pretending to be Mrs. Alan Cross, but even I can see when somebody's handing me a cheap fake, like she bought it from a service station. It was strange, though. This girl could have easily afforded a better quality forgery. Then, literally an hour later, another one came, but I knew this blonde. It was Vicky, a waitress at Apollo's Toes. She came in drunk as a cat in heat. Drunk as a cat in heat. Okay, I didn't know cats in heat drank. Sobbing, said that Alan was the love of her life. I had to take her home because she doesn't have a car, and if she went to the bus stop, she just laid down and freeze to death. I'm afraid that one of these ladies climbed in through the windows, which I forgot to lock up. When I climbed in and stole their lover's precious corpse. So one of the women. Brooke Cross, widow of the late Alan Cross. I knew my husband had a woman on the side. I don't care. I'm not 17 anymore, and I know full well that's just man's nature. Okay. That's interesting. That's how we stayed together. Stayed married for 42 years, but when Alan died, some drunken whore came to my house and said that she would be the one to dispose of my husband's body because he supposedly asked her to spread his ashes in the forest. Ha! Alan couldn't stand the forest. One time he went camping with the children, and by morning his whole body was covered with mosquito bites. So I told the horde I'd call the police, and she left me alone. But it looks like she found another way to get what she wanted. Steal the father's body from his children. Can a person stoop so low? Okay. So, drunken. Vicky, a waitress, came in drunk. So it's the waitress. Oh, yeah. Alright, I think our primary suspect is the waitress. And our primary suspect for this one is the female teetotaler. So let's go ahead and get the female teetotaler. And Pinkin, you get the waitress. You know, like, make sure that Charlie gets a shot at the waitress. Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Oh, let's turn on the nice radio. I really miss choosing the soundtrack and buying music and stuff, but... Sean Moreno, the current Neckties headquarters, is located out at the abandoned circus. In fact, they weren't even trying to hide. The place is so secluded, hidden deep in the forest, and locals steer clear of the place, haunted as it is by a tragic story. Let me put you in contact with Adriana Pousseau. She's a former clown. Okay. I'm assuming that's word for necktie, but I don't know. She'll tell you all about what happened, and she can help sketch and map the area. Who could know the circus better than someone who lived and worked there? Okay, I guess she's literally a clown. Plus, Major Davis Tricks, a former colleague of Colonel Henderson, will be helping to identify the vulnerable points of the headquarters defenses. As far as we know, the Major and Neckties have personal score to settle. Next, a swim. Oh, rest of forces. Works here as an assistant. Okay, so he's probably working right now. Could be wrong. We'll do Brady and Woolbag. Alright. Wow! $476. I will take that. Mr. Nash, I conducted a routine inspection of the plumbing and water pipes at your station. I didn't see any problems with duct tape couldn't fix, but I noticed that your hot water pipes are like new. I get a feeling that nobody uses hot water at your station. There's no need to have those pipes here. If you want, I can pull them on a wall and take them to the scrap metal yard. Nobody will know a thing. We'll make... No.
572 in progress.
Alright, new North Star grocery store. First call of the day. A woman claims that she was given a counterfeit bill. I worked in the Mint for 60 years, and I can tell by touch if a bill is the real thing or a cheap forgery. Alright, well, you get out there, Hodges, all by yourself. Assault with a deadly weapon. An elderly man wanted to register his marriage to his Siberian cat. When the office refused, he pulled a revolver from his pocket. Alright. 18, get out there. Adriana Pousseau. 10 years ago, me and the guys came to Sharpwood on tour. Our magician Zoltan was always telling us what beautiful lake you have here. At first, everything was really nice. The public couldn't get enough of us, but then a child disappeared in the city, and one of the girls in the local boarding house and the residents somehow got it into their heads that Fellis brothers or clowns raped and killed the poor girl. Okay. All our people were taken out of the forest to dig their own graves, and the Fellis brothers were dragged out and hung from the mill, still in their makeup. My goodness. Okay. I'm afraid I'll never forget that night. I'll be tormented by nightmares for the rest of my life. I was saved by a miracle, and every year I come to the circus to lay down some flowers and remember my friends. Yesterday I decided I'd do it this one last time and then leave Sharpwood for good, but I couldn't get into the circus. Somebody built a fence around the tents and hid dangerous traps in the snow, and all through the trees I saw some people in coats scurrying about. You can't see what's going on inside past the fence, but I can draw you a map of the place. Okay, things to do: develop an assault plan, get all information available, and okay. Man, maybe clown school should have paid for some art lessons. No, better than I could do, to be honest. But still, we don't have anything to assault. assaults. Mr. Nash, I'd like to keep an eye on my wife, ex-wife to be precise. Who's this? Okay. It's true, I hate that, but she's still mine, you know. She jumps into bed with every guy she meets. Every week it's a new But that guy in the red tie, he was the last straw. I can't get the sight of his dirty smirk out of my mind. At first I just thought I'd break into the house and waste the little but I decided to keep my cool. I followed him to the forest and went down towards the old circus. Nobody's been out there for 10 years. That's what I thought. Anyhow, it turns out the circus is plenty busy, but I couldn't go in there alone. There were with guns walking around everywhere. We should check there again and study the situation more closely. I need an intelligent cop who can watch my back, and what I really need is an arm magnet. I can't even think right without a stiff drink. Do I have full intelligence? Alright, Belmont. Lizzie has been my faithful companion for 3 years now. For the first time in my life, I'm ready to formally announce our relationship, and you refuse to account on some ridiculous formality? The man pounds the table with his revolver, his spearing cat sitting on his neck. I just ordered him to drop the weapon. Criminal obeyed the cop and surrendered to the police. His cat has been given to an animal shelter. You're welcome, cat. Alright. Who has the alcohol? Okay. Do we have the alcohol? Yes, we do. Well, that will save us some money for sure. Belmont? Go ahead and take the argument. And go and come back. Nice work, Brady. Let's get your shooting up. Horace Wayne. Interrogate. Let me guess, your clown costume is at the cleaner, so you decided to dress up like an... It's funny, you kidnapped a woman. I thought freaks who dress like that for little boys. Nice outfit. You dressed just like the Dusty Fontaine, the detective from Last Temptation of Neptune. You like to read? It's too bad your dad didn't prefer little boys, and your mother instead. Then I wouldn't be stuck talking to such an idiot. You're not going to get another word out of me. I tried. Okay. Let's get his medical dossier. Excerpt from medical history. At age 9, suffered a severe burn when, on a dare, he stuck his hand into a pot of boiling soup. Okay. At age 13, fought with high school students who mocked us here at band. A gash in his forehead had to be sewed up under general anesthesia because the patient was too afraid of the needle. Okay. At 22, saved a drowning girl, dove to the bottom of the lake, and nearly drowned himself, but got off with a slight cold. Okay, so he's not really... might be... okay, so definitely afraid of needles. Is there a needle in here? These needles? And one more for good measure. Enough, I'll tell you everything. Alright, good for you. The stripper Melba Little was kidnapped during a private dance. We don't have a full intelligence person, do we? Alright, we'll wait for someone to come back.
Code 524 in progress.
Counterfeiting. If I broke out in the book club meeting in Mrs. Patterson's house, whose turn it was to borrow a rare book. Okay, we'll wait for these people. Oh, counterfeiting was fake. The woman simply had a freshly printed bill and was mistaken in sounding the alarm. I figured as much. That's why I sent my best. McGuire, you're smart. Thank you. Sorry that I lost all your respect. I didn't realize that that would, you know, make you lose respect. But
546 in progress.
Homeless man got into a church, tied up a priest, and locked all the doors. Okay, Hodges, you take Brady and Woolbag. And Horseman. Okay. Let's get a nice, quick alcoholism treatment, please. Two of the women are fighting and tugging the book Judas Waterwalker. Separate the women. Hot men are separating the rest of the women. Nice work, Fletcher. Found a home TV set there. Yes! Nice work, Birch. You're a real man now. We'll start getting your stealth up, Fletcher. Okay. Titus. No, not driver. Elite, drive him, please. Don't have enough people to answer a call anyways.
563 in progress.
The church doors are closed, and inside there's sound of crashing and indiscriminate men's screams. Take the lock. The cop breaks open the door and quietly enters church. The priest is tied to a chair. Next to him is a plastic full can of a large bomb armed with an iron powder and smashing everything and catches his eyes. Sneak up on the homeless man. Cop managed to sneak up on the homeless man and neutralize him. The criminal immediately repented. According to the bum, something strange was happening to him. War and peace are waging a battle inside me. Priest got off with a fright. Okay. Horseman, full speed. Thank you, Miss Nash. I won't ever drown in the bottle again. Oh. Alright. We got plenty of cops. Some newlyweds are complaining about that someone is selling drugs at the entrance to the registry office. A guy and a girl approach us and offer to sell us some powder to help us get our courage up. After all, we're taking an oath, but that'll last us our life. But why use powder when there's love? It's probably like face powder or something, but yeah. Sure. Good lord, Galen Woolbag always smells like ham, but today it's just too much. Look, Nash, you can do whatever you want, but I'm not going anywhere in a car with him. Wow. Birch, when did you become a diva?
534 in progress.
Child abuse. Okay. Woman has reported that her son's friend is afraid to go to his home because he gets badly beaten there. That makes sense. Alright. Okay.
554 in progress.
Ooh, let's go some. Okay. Guy and a girl, both wearing backpacks, are huddled around the corner of the registry office, peeking out for potential customers. Just order them to surrender. Cops obey. The suspects obey the cops and surrender. It turned out the couple were trying to save up for their own wedding by selling drugs to newlyweds. Wow, free cocaine. Man stolen TV from Mr. Snick's house and is dragging it away on a sled. Do we have enough? There we go. Nash, I was in the woods with the soldier when we saw the circus tent. Well, I've got to admit, I panicked. I remember the clowns from my childhood, and without a couple of sips of Armagnac for courage, I wouldn't have been able to handle it, but now I'm feeling better. We don't have enough guys in the whole police station to take out these they must have 20 people sitting in the main tent, and there's just as many spread out across the surrounding area. When the deer accidentally ran into the circus, broke through the fence, the whole crowd immediately jumped up, and under the orders of some in a blue coat, they filled the creature full of lead. We'll need to proceed quietly and carefully. The camp is lit up like a Christmas tree, but the generator that feeds the area is throwing up sparks. If you short it out just the right way, it'll catch hefty tent fabric on fire, and everyone sitting inside will burn. There's also barrels of fuel around the perimeter. If we cut holes in them, spread fire throughout the camp. I just hope we can get back out there fast enough. Okay, that sounds super dangerous. Okay. Just got the intel. Alright. Sometimes I pray to the idol of Pyros by the river, but now the vandals have hung lights in the trees and placed traps all around. They're ruining nature. Apparently they don't appreciate natural beauty and believe that mighty forests won't fight back. To be honest, I already killed a couple of neckties as soon as they moved in on my territory. It was loud, bloody, and spectacular. But you don't have to act like that today. There's a bunch of them in the main tent like bees in a hive, so stay quiet as you move through the camp and leave no one alive. I'm through with this, but the 6th time the boss had me ironing and steaming our coats like all I'm good for is monkey work. Laundry, this wasn't what I thought I was getting into when I joined the gang of drug dealers. Try to catch that off guard. He's always hanging out in the tent with our clothes. It's easy to spot him. He always wears a blue coat. Cut his throat nice and quiet. I don't want to shoot or throw, but don't shoot or throw a grenade. If there's sentries nearby, they'll hear you and raise the alarm. Okay. Alright. Just gonna buy all the intel. There's no marked path on your map that leads to the necktie parking lot, but I recently saw how a deer miraculously avoided a deadfall trap and ran right through the fence in fear. Security inside the parking lot isn't too bad. Even a single guy could get through. Okay, violence never achieves anything. Thank you for giving me enough to get out of Sharpwood, Mr. Nash. Okay, well, it's not Puso Adriana, it's Adriana Puso. I don't know. My goodness, she still has, like, stains where her clown makeup is. I'm sure there are people that can be convinced to surrender without violence. They act like they're cold as ice, but I looked in their eyes and all I saw was fear. Runner. Okay, me and the guys have this little game we play. We run through the camp collecting circus flyers. The one who gets the fewest buys us all drinks at the bar. I usually run along the stockade. There's almost nobody looking, and it's easy to see them in time to duck for cover. One run, my friend Tommy somehow caught a bullet in his ankle, and then he disappeared without a trace. I'm sorry for Tommy, of course, but it's still a great game. Okay. We got 4 days left, so we won't plan it yet. Let's see what we can sell. Do we have extras of anything? We got a lot of whiskey. Is there anything? We'll sell 1 heroin. We'll sell gold bar. We'll sell marijuana. Alright, that brought us back up to 20. No, not yet. Is that, yeah, okay. Now we're back up for 20. Okay. Theft. Man has stolen a TV from Mr. Snick's house and is dragging it away on a sled. Do we have enough? No. Gotta wait for people to come back. Child abuse. Boy wasn't getting beaten. 2 friends just wanted to watch a movie on their recently purchased video player and had made up the story. Alright. Hodges. You take Birch. You got this.
542 in progress.
Water tower. Eyewitness reports the prostitute is hanging around the water tower offering extreme services. Wow, is she gonna, like, snowboard down a mountainside? That's awesome. We don't want to miss that. My medium warned me onset of Twilight. Evil spirit, right? Horseman. Should have guessed with the name Horseman. Alright. Open investigation. We didn't get them all, but maybe. Looks like a window. Don't think we have enough of that. Alright, we got all of these, though. Pours a bottle. Yeah, pickup truck, please. Nope. Flies to the window. Got it. Member of the Spinach Berserkers. She wrecked the liquor store under orders from the gang. Of course. Alright, where is she? Ten's Night School. We're okay. Alright, Penkin. Good win. You get out there. Fletcher, you join. And Medinata. Alright. Hopefully we can bag ourselves a couple criminals. Prostitute along with an obese client is scrambling up the stairs of the water tower. Why don't we do? Yeah, let's just wait for them. They gotta come down eventually. Cop quietly waits until the prostitute finishes her affairs in the water tower. When it comes back down, she has nowhere to run except in the hands of the police. Yeah, why wouldn't we? Just wait until she's done. Man at ski mask is struggling to drag a TV along the sled. There's a tire iron on the sled. Just order him to stop. He'll listen. Criminal obeyed the cop and surrendered. Turned out he just wanted to play the TV in his disabled mother's house. Her old TV broke. And then I guess we took it as evidence, but still, it seems kind of... Did we get him? Oh. Preliminary report. Alright. 2 suspects. Well, I guess we'll read. An empty syringe was found on the floor near an open window. Okay, syringe, drugs. Godfrey White, club manager. I've been working here for 9 years, and believe me, we always take care of our dancers. Take Peggy, for example. When she came to us, she was strung out on coke. But we didn't throw her out onto the street like they would have been done in any other club. On the contrary, we helped her, even paid Tarek Palm to give her a session in the basement. And sure enough, she was back in the saddle again. She's been clean for a year now. Melbo just got here recently, and we didn't figure on any problems from her. She's a neat little girl, pretty smart. I can't imagine who'd want to hurt her. Our clients are good people. Stefan Dieter, club patron. I've been coming here every evening for 16 years. Like they say, there are 3 things that can watch forever. Fire and water. Women's... Okay. These long years, I've seen it all. Seen girls fall off the stage, pull each other's hair out, and Maggie, the finest piece of in here, was all kinds of trouble when some smelly homeless guy tried to cut her face with a tin can. I've seen it all, but that girl getting kidnapped right out of the private rooms, that's a first for this place. And who would have bothered? She's thin as a skeleton. Nothing hardly at all to look at. I'm thinking there was no kidnapping. The girl just got tired of tips and laid down somewhere. Some guy she picked up at the club who likes rattle balloon spinners. Okay. Irakli Bolkvatsi, bouncer. I stand by the door and watch people come in. After the incident with the homeless man and the can, the manager told me always be on alert, otherwise he'd fire me. Everything was quiet. Some hairy guy parked by the entrance, but I told him to scram. Didn't see him after that. I had to go inside, bounce a kid with a tattoo on half his face. He was making trouble and had to be dragged out. Peggy Maldini, stripper, victim's friends. Melba had only just moved here. She came to Ripton, and I heard she left there in a hurry. The owner of the club where she worked had something special planned for her, something Melba didn't like at all. She mentioned he was a member of a serious gang. So serious they have tattoos on their face. Anyways, Melba was afraid of this a-hole would come looking for her, but I calmed her down, told her that he'd never come looking in such a hole like Sharpwood. We got to be friends pretty quick and even danced together in the private rooms. Earlier in the day, she was kidnapped. We were supposed to have a dance together, but then the customer suddenly changed his mind and just wanted Melba to dance with him solo. He told me not to be offended and gave me a big tip. It didn't bother me. I got paid, and I didn't even have to work for it. So I just left, and that was the last time I saw Melba. I didn't really see the guy too good. It's always dimly in the cup with everything flashing, and to be honest, I don't much like to look, and they aren't much worth looking at anyways. I'd rather just think about something else. Alright, so we have man in the kneecap, man with a tattoo. So it sounds like man with a tattoo is a gang member, so it's probably him, because we're trying to take down the gangs. Alright. Offender caught. Nice. Good work. Medinata. Some stealth. Alright. Let's interrogate. Lady, you were something else I can barely tell you from a guy. How did you manage to put on so much muscle? Did spinach really help? Why'd you shave your head? I think this will probably... I don't see you as a man at all, just an insect. Take me back to my cell. Dang it. Really bad interrogating. Alright. At age of 7, she fell from a roof from her grandma's village house into a barrel of water. She was stunned with fright, swallowed a lot of water, and nearly drowned. At the age of 15, she grew tired of her stepfather's hand over his skirt and pressed up his hand on a hot stove and didn't let go until he lost consciousness from the shock. The girl herself also received a burn but refused medical attention. At the age of 26, she gave birth to healthy twins without complications. Okay, so she doesn't like being drowned. Is that slaughterhouse? Stun. Let's give her a go on this. Figured it out. That was easy. Beltway. Unknown person attacked a cargo truck carrying cartons of cigarettes and destroyed the cargo. Alright, McGuire. Go ahead. Hope we don't have to sit here and wait for him to finish everything. It's gonna be a long time if I have to sit here while he investigates all night. Let's find out. Guess not. Well, I don't want to read this again. Done reading. My goodness. Had plenty. We just have to outfit and assign. We'll do that over the next few episodes. Alright, 6 criminals arrested, not 30. Alright, pretty good day, pretty good day. Alright, we got Napoleon Dynamite, French, and Clayton. Alright, well, Napoleon Dynamite. Well, Napoleon Dynamite's friend, I should say. I don't know, I'll have to look up his name. Alright. Yep. Yep. And yep. And yep. Stockman and Aaliyah are coming, or Stockman and Jacob are coming back tomorrow. So Aaliyah is still injured. Guzman, Rockman, rock like a hurricane. Kimmel, Jimmy Kimmel. Man, I'm probably gonna do some fake prank videos and prank the internet. Lol. All right, looks pretty good. All right. And this looks like a perfect time to stop. December 16th. Had a pretty busy day of investigating. Got more investigations to go. We're getting pretty far up there on some of the gangs. We're going to take them down. Going to take them all down. Get that nice achievement. As always, comment down below. Let me know how things are going and all that stuff. Tell me about your day. I don't even know if anyone ever watches these end bits. But, just, well, anyways. Thanks for watching.